Welcome to the third session of the performance and people's training. Yesterday, we looked at session 1 and 2, leadership in certain times and managing performance, not tasks. Okay, today we are moving into coaching conversations for results. Moving from the fixer to the coach. Moving from just telling people what to do, training them, to the how, showing them how to do it, building capability, ownership, and independent problem solving in your team. So yesterday we looked at session 1, leadership in uncertain times, leading through the fall. We looked at the 70% rule, decision-making with incomplete information to maintain speed. We looked at the OODA loop, observe, orient, decide, act, circle for agility. We looked at momentum over perfection. Action creates clarity. Waiting creates paralysis. In session 2, we looked at managing performance, not just the tasks. Driving result and outcome. We looked at the expectation, clarity, check, defining the what, why, and how clearly. We looked at outcome over activity. Business is not productivity. We looked at the BIS tool to address behavior, impact, and support without blaming anyone. Today, we are moving from the what, direction and outcome, to the how. Conversation that build capability and ownership. Until your people own the process, you will not get results. You may get, but not lasting results. Because as a leader, it is what happened in your absence that actually matters. That shows who you have raised, not while you are there. So, still the business trap. So the question I want to ask you, are you helping or you are hindering? The 60-second solution here means the story of how Mr. Sam, the fixer, the one who can fix everything, that's answer, all the answers to his employee challenges. So we're looking at the 60-second solution. Whatever problem an employee brings, Sam solves it in 60 seconds. He feels great, like a hero, saving the day. And so the next is the 6 p.m. reality. By evening, Sam is exhausted, yet employees are still lined up at his door, waiting for one next instruction, because he will always give instruction, do this, do that. So what's the hidden cause of this? Remember, are you helping or hindering? By always providing answers, Sam created learned dependency. He stopped their thinking process. So they know that my manager, my team lead, oh, when I go to HR, I will get the answer. No. To manage performance and people better, you must shift. Retire from your job as the fixer. That you always have the answer. Remember from session 1, I said that you don't have all the answers. Your goal is to build problem solvers, not just solve problems. Always remember that. Always, because the day that you are not there will be a standstill. And no matter what, management will say, oh, this guy is not there, but a rethinking management will know that, no, this guy is a bottleneck. Self-reflection. Just pause for 60 seconds and think. Think of a recent conversation when an employee brought you a challenge? Did you jump in with the answer? Did you let them finish their thoughts? Because as a leader, you must raise people when they come to you with problems. They should have one or two suggestions on how to solve it. If you were absent for 2 weeks, will your team progress stop, or will they know how to think through problems without you? Pause and think about that. The job or the role of your department standing at a standstill because you are not there does not reflect your effectiveness as a manager. So think about it. So we're looking at coaching versus training. There are two different tools for two different needs. What is coaching? You are drawing out of the person. You make them think. What is training? And all advice you are putting into them, you are instructing them, you are transferring knowledge. So that's why coaching is different from mentoring. Mentoring, you pour into them your experience. The coaching, you let them think. Not that you will not still help them with your experience, but you let them think. So coaching, you develop, what do? You develop thinking in the people. You ask questions that build capability and insight. You build ownership because everybody wants to feel valued. So if they know that they contributed to the outcome, they'll be happy and they'll have more trust in your leadership and in the company. Employee owns the solution and the outcome. That's building ownership. They are part of it versus you are the one who will just tell them. Coaching focus on future. Create independent problem solvers for tomorrow. Let's look at training or advice. Transfer knowledge. Giving specific answers, instruction, or skills. You send them for training. Provides solution. Managers owns the answer. Employees just go and execute, go and do this, go and do that. They are not thinking. Training focus on now. Fixes the immediate problem quickly. And so we have what is called the GROW model. A simple structure for real results that you can use for coaching. Remember, coaching is for you to raise independent problem solvers that your subordinates, they can solve the problem. They can think. When they are coming to you, oh, this challenge, they will have one or two suggestions. Not that they just come to you for you to give them the answer. So you develop problem solvers. This structure will prevent aimless chat. It will keep conversations focused, productive, and result-oriented. So let's look at it. The G stands for gold. What do you want? Defining the specific outcome or objective clearly. Reality, what is happening? Understanding the current situation, the facts, and the barrier. Options, what could you do? That's the employee now. Brainstorming possibilities without judgment. Way forward, what will you do? Committing to specific actions and accountabilities. Accountability. So the key result with this GROW model is clarity, ownership, and accountability. That's the value you get from this model. So as a manager or as a leader, the shift in your mind should be stop solving problems for people. Start developing people who solve problems. Stop solving problems for people. Start developing people who solve problems. Think like that as a manager. So let's look at the growth model in action. Let's apply this framework to an email engagement scenario. The goal. What do you want to achieve? By the end of this month, I want to reduce my response time to client emails from 48 hours to 12 hours. So it's specific, it's measurable, and it's time-bound. That's what I want to achieve. That's what I want. Reduce my reply to customers, clients' email from 48 hours to 12 hours. Specific, measurable, time-bound. Reality, what is happening now? Currently, I'm spending 4 hours a day in meetings, which leaves me with no time to reply to emails until the evening. What is this? It's facts. That's the current constraint. And it's an honest assessment. Options. This is an employee that has come to you with this challenge, or you notice it. It can be either way. What could you do? Options. You are asking the employee now. You are not telling the employee what to do. What could you do? I could delegate 2 of those meetings to my assistant, or I could block out 9 to 10 a.m. daily as no meeting time. You guys are brainstorming on the possibility, not judgment. So you have 2 options here now. You can delegate some of those meetings, and then you can block out time. In my office, I have certain times that I block out for certain things, except because I'm an HR person, except if it is life-threatening. Maybe somebody, an employee is in the hospital now, and then the HMO is not responding in time, or is beyond the coverage of the HMO, then I'll need to step in. If not, no, my assistants, they know. Between this time and this time, no, I do certain things, except if there's an emergency. The W, way forward. What will you do? I will block my calendar starting from tomorrow morning and update my auto responder to set expectation for response times. This is commitment. This is action plan. This is accountability. So you did not just tell the person, this is what you need to do. You are making the person think. That's what coaching is all about. So for example, I'm working with my assistant, and I know that my assistant is good, but we just introduced a new HR software, and I can see that she's making some mistakes or she's being delayed. I don't go and say, because I know it more than her, to say, do this, do this. No. I sit with her. What are the issues? Okay, see, okay. What do you think? Or how do you think we can resolve this? Why are you responding late to this? And then she told me, okay, this, because I can observe the orientation program. You are wasting time on it. What's the issue? She said it. Okay, what do you think we should do? Okay, like 3 suggestions. Okay, it's okay. Let's implement the first one. I sat down there by her side. Sarah, she tried it. Okay. Oh, man, this is okay. But we can shorten the time. Let me try this second one again. You see, I made her to think. And at the end of the day, we resolve whatever was the main challenge. So that's how you coach people. So if I'm not there tomorrow, she can do, and then also coach another person. So now there are some transition phases that you can use, turning casual chat into coaching moments between you and your subordinate. So let's look at the scenario. What you say as a coach. Remember, we are moving from being the fixer, the know-it-all, to being a coach. Drawing out of people instead of just putting in them, instructing them. So let's see. Avoiding the fixer trap. Sorry. When you want to avoid just giving them the answer immediately, I would like to hear your thought first. Say something like, I would like to hear your thought first before I share mine. I want to help you walk through it instead of just giving you an answer. Is that okay? Say things like that. We are now transiting it from chat to a coaching moment. So getting unstuck. When the conversation is getting messy or going in circles, say things like this. What is the one thing we need to sort out before we end this meeting? We are bringing the conversation now to the core thing that is there, not just going in circle. We have several moving parts to this. What is the actual goal we need to achieve today? You are making the person think. And that's coaching. You are coaching them to be problem solvers. Passing the mic. When you notice you have been talking too much, the mic has been in your mouth, talking. We all have the tendency to talk, especially when we're more experienced than the other person. Say something like this. I know I have been talking a lot. What is your gut? What is your mind telling you is the right move here? I could share my thoughts, but you understand this better than I do. What is the one option you haven't tried? That's how you can take a chat and turn it into a coaching moment. These are the kind of things you can say. So we're going to do a class activity. Of course, we'll still do it in the WhatsApp group, but I put them in the slide so that you can also start thinking about it before you do it in the group. So a quick coaching drill. Practice using the growth model in real time. We want to practice. The employee says, I work very hard, but my results are inconsistent and my deadlines keep slipping. So craft your questions as the coach now. Just imagine it is you and your employee. Go, clarify the outcome. What does better actually look like? I need you will say that in the WhatsApp group. Reality, understanding now. What is really happening with the workflow? Option, explore paths, explore possible way forward. I want to see how you are going to craft this question, so to the employees. Will, want to drive commitment, the W. What specific action will they take? How are you going to craft the question to make them know that they are expected, you are expecting them to do this, or what will they do? I want you to craft those questions. If not, the transition will not make any meaning. So practice it and post it in the class, the WhatsApp group. Don't just keep quiet. So the golden rule, you are a coach, not a fixer. So you are not supposed to be talking. You are supposed to ask questions that will make them think. Your only tool is questions, no advice, no solution. So what are the key takeaways from this our coaching conversation for results? Essential principle for coaching conversations. Coaching is an investment. It may take longer than telling the answer right now, but it saves you significant time in the future by reducing dependency. Talking drives learning. The more someone talks, the more they learn. If you take 80% of the time, you are the one learning, not them. Please remember this. Focus on the gap. Don't put the person down. Focus on coaching the gap between their current position and the intended destination that you have in mind. Question, not solution. Effective coaching is about asking the right questions to stimulate thinking rather than providing the answers. The growth roadmap. Use the structure path to stay on track. Goal, reality, options, real. Build independency. The ultimate goal is to develop independent thinkers, leading to greater employee ownership of the process. From strategy to emotion, what we want to now look at. Coaching, the how, connecting the how of coaching with the what of leadership. You know, the last session is on emotional intelligence. So the framework and the main goal of this session 3 is that retire the fixer in you. Shift from solving problems to building problem solvers. Master the growth model, rather. A structure part, goal, reality, option, way forward for result. Conversational capability. Learn to ask questions that sparks ownership. So your mission this week is to apply this framework immediately. So the last session we are going to have after the break is emotional intelligence, staying grounded, how to lead when the pressure is high. Remember, I said in session 1 that your people are not just following your plan, they are also reading your posture. And the leadership is, first of all, especially during uncertain times, emotional work before it is strategic work. Reading the room, understanding the unspoken emotion data among your team. Then navigating reality, keeping grow that model productive, even when emotions are up and flying all over the place. Results don't just depend on what you ask, but how you ask it will lead to good conversation. So coach one conversation using growth and reflect in the outcome. Apply it this week or even tomorrow. Coach one conversation using this. Just let there be a coach conversation between you and one of your subordinates tomorrow. You can just paint an hypothetical situation just to apply what you have learned. Thank you very much. We have come to the end of session 3. We'll see you in the last session of this training. Thank you.